Ladies and gentlemen, every single day in crypto, it is just absolutely crazy. Every single day we see, new and big, announcements. We see things starting to kind of fall in place. We see the entire story that, we've been, telling for so long starting to be realized in. And I think that right now, as we are getting so close to the end of the year, I want you all to understand that things are about to change significantly in 2025. And no, it's not because I'm telling you, it's because of what we have been watching around these markets and also just around, crypto in general. I mean, 2024 has been the year of institutionalization of crypto. And in 2025, I do believe that it is going to be the year that we do see crypto regulated as well. So with that being said, welcome to the channel, everyone. My name is Nick. For those that are new to the channel, hopefully by the end of this video, you do become a subscriber. And guys, what are you guys waiting for? 10,000 members. We are almost at 10,000 members in the free Discord. Join up. You won't regret it. There's a ton of free, valuable information in there right now, and it's only going to increase. So definitely join it. You guys won't regret it. Links down in the description below. And with that being said, let's talk about a few things. So recently, a story got published over on X, and mainly this is because everyone has been talking about RLUSD. They've been talking about, the price scenarios of XRP with RLUSD. And even here from X, we have Ripple's RLUSD launch. Will XRP soar or stumble? Now listen, there is a lot of nonsense out there in this space. I'm going to tell you guys right now, I have been around this space for a while, and I have seen some ridiculous things over the, past couple years, especially when it comes to XRP. For an example, a lot of people are now saying that XRP could exceed $100 in a single day with RLUSD and things like that. I mean, it's getting ridiculous. Let's just be honest here. But it is because we are in the middle of a bull cycle, and that means that these people can truly, get clicks and get views, and all of that leads to them getting rich off of your engagement. So I just want you guys to understand that as we really look at this space, just make sure that you guys are not falling victim to nonsense hopium and, these crazy, sort of speculative price predictions. Because when we really take a step back and look at things, we are still some time away from full-on utilization of this technology, but we are getting there day by day by day. But talking about RLUSD and really kind of addressing RLUSD, I have been following the stablecoin tracker on X, and I do think that everyone should be tracking this because there has been a lot of movement from the RLUSD treasury account. We have 2.6 million transferred here, another 2.6 million, almost 10.4 million, followed by another almost 10.4 million, 100,000, another 100,000, 160,000, 640,000, 2 million. And, this is when we get back down to like December 11th, but 20 hours ago, guys, we have been seeing a very significant amount of RLUSD being moved around and transferred and minted and mined. So, if we're thinking about what's happening here, it feels as though we are getting very close to launch. Now, a lot of people have been speculating if today is going to be the launch date. I don't believe it is, but hey, I will welcome in any, launch. I'm not going to try to predict when this is going to launch. I would argue that it's going to happen by the end of this month. I mean, they already got the regulatory clearance, so what's really stopping them from launching? Not much. So I would expect by the end of this month, we should have it probably sooner, right? So we'll have to watch, wait, and see, but it is definitely going to be a very big announcement once we officially do see it happen. Now, just like I said in yesterday's video, I do think that everyone is hyping up RLUSD in a way that is kind of making me think, what comes next? Okay, over here from Vincent Van Code, another great post by him, by the way. If you guys are not following him, I suggest you do. But here we have the New York Department of Financial Services approved RLUSD. It really hasn't sunk in for most people. Let me sink it in, though. I cannot stress enough what this means. This is one of the biggest things that have happened in crypto. RLUSD is the only token approved as an regulated financial instrument, i.e. bank grade. No other token has that classification, not even Circle or Tether. Please pause what you are doing, clear your mind, and read on. This will put all the pieces of the puzzle in place for you, but why you don't realize is that it is directly approved the XRP ledger and Ethereum blockchains. Here's why, okay? The New York Department of Financial Services approving RLUSD as a regulated stablecoin indirectly acknowledges that the XRP ledger itself, and even technically XRP in this case, because you got to remember that XRP does power the XRP ledger, and Ethereum blockchains are suitable platforms for financial grade operations. However, this does not mean the blockchains themselves are officially classified as banking grade. Here's a breakdown. Why the blockchains are implicitly recognized regulated asset on the blockchain. RLUSD is tokenized on the XRP ledger and Ethereum, meaning these blockchains meet the technical and security standards required by the New York Department of Financial Services for financial operations. They also approved implicitly validates these blockchains as suitable for hosting regulated financial instruments. Operational standards, blockchains like the XRP ledger and even Ethereum are decentralized, secure, and auditable, meeting criteria such as transparency, immutability, and resilience. These characteristics align with the stringent requirements for financial transactions in regulated markets. Now, compliance with the New York Department of Financial Services oversight. This approval of RLUSD ensures that the underlying infrastructure blockchain can support regulated entities, including audits and real-time tracking of reserves. Why are they not officially banking grade? Well, no direct certification here. New York Department of Financial Services approves the asset RLUSD in this case, not the blockchain technology itself. Blockchains are treated as platforms or tools. I always look at them as just infrastructure, right? Not as regulated entities like banks. Limited scope of approval. Approval applies to RLUSD's issuance and management under U.S. banking laws, not the general suitability of the XRP ledger or even Ethereum for all banking use cases. And of course, banking grade requires broader acceptance. For a blockchain to be classified as banking grade, it would need explicit recognition by banking regulators. In this case, it could be the Fed, the BIS, and widespread adoption in core banking functions like lending, deposits, or central clearing. While the New York Department of Financial Services approval of RLUSD implicitly recognizes the technology and operational robustness of the XRP ledger and Ethereum for regulated financial activities, it does not formally certify these blockchains as banking grade. However, this does set a strong precedent indicating that blockchains can meet high regulatory standards and be integral to financial grade operations, potentially paving the way for broader institutional and banking adoption in the future. And yes, that's exactly what this is going to do. And you know what's crazy about this is we just saw Brad on December 10th, tell us that, hey, we just got the final approval. Do you guys remember my video just from, I think it was noon yesterday, right? I basically included this plan that I said, this was always my plan in terms of how XRP basically is at the center point of, all of these currencies. Well, we have from the Digital Pound Foundation, RLGBP, in this case, RL Pound, right, has a nice ring to it at Brad Garlinghouse. Now, Bank XRP did reply and said the domain roeuro.com redirects to ripple.com, and so does rousd.com. Check it out. Here we have the 10-second clip. He's going to roeuro.com. When you click it, it goes right back to the Ripple stablecoin link on their website. Very interesting here. And, again, this is something that I said is most likely going to happen. In fact, I do believe that we are going to see RL Pound become a reality next, and then also RL Euro. And it just makes sense. I keep telling you guys, focus on the bigger picture here. It's going to start with RLUSD, but that's not where it's going to end. And even over here from Mr. Man XRP, he brings up a great example, right? I think RL Euro will follow suit of the RLGBP. It makes sense with Micah being December 30th, 2024. Yes, that's the official cutoff. That's when it does come into play. Ripple already does have their licenses established in Ireland for e-money and with the FCA in the UK. And yeah, a lot of people continue to forget how much work Ripple put in outside of the US. I feel like, I hate to be that guy, but I just kind of feel like all of this was pre-planned, because for the last 4 years, while they were in the middle of the lawsuit in the US, they continue to expand outside of the US. They continue to get these licenses. And, now in the US, it kind of feels like it's easy street for Ripple. It feels like, what the SEC was doing and all that is basically coming to a close. And it just feels like Ripple is about to be embraced in a big way, especially with this USD stablecoin being approved the way it did. I just kind of feel like we are working in a completely different environment. And now we are about to see Ripple really expand in a big way. And I do think that that is where we also start to see the XRP ledger expanding in a big way. I think that this entire year we saw the XRP ledger expand in a huge way with, certain amendments, and also the expansion of, certain projects as well, which we definitely did put a spotlight on. XRP today is so much more bullish than ever before. And I also do think that what Ripple is doing is also extremely important to focus on, because we are starting to see legitimization of this space happening, and we're also starting to see institutionalization of this space happening. And we know that Ripple has been pushing, institutional DeFi initiatives for the XRP ledger in a big way. And even if you think about the Digital Pound Foundation now, saying, hey, RL Pound basically sounds great, right? If you think about the members of the Digital Pound Foundation, okay, if you just go over to the memberships list, we could see Ripple on here. We could see Quant. We could see all of these big players, for an example, right? Even the Digital Euro Association, the Digital Dollar Project is on here. The GBBC, which has connections back to 500 plus institutions, and the list goes on here, right? But when you scroll down, you could look at the network behind this. Look at their events. Look at the players that were tied to these events. You have the Bank of England here, Finality, Citi, Visa, Accenture, Ripple, HSBC, IDEMIA, JP Morgan, Deutsche Bank, MasterCard, the HM Treasury. This is like, when we look at these names, it's just crazy to me that a lot of people are not paying attention to some of these names and some of these companies. And, I have been following the Digital Pound Foundation since going all the way back to 2021 when they were officially founded. They were incorporated back in June of 2021. And their overall work as a not-for-profit organization, they're an independent not-for-profit organization. Their overall work here is towards the implementation of a well-designed digital pound and an effective and diverse ecosystem for new forms of digital money. And this is all through that catalyst with public and private sector initiatives, collaboration work, proof of concepts, pilot work, all that kind of stuff. And even if you look at the team behind this, right, we have, Finovation.uk, Ava Labs, this is Payment System Consultancy. And then we also have Accenture here. This is the EMEA lead for digital assets, digital currencies, and tokenization, Accenture. Guys, do we not realize how big Accenture actually is? I mean, Accenture does have a partnership with Ripple. A lot of people kind of forget that. But if we scroll down and just look at the numbers behind them, they have 9,000 plus clients served across more than 120 countries, 350 plus partners in their ecosystem. And by the way, a lot of their clients are some of the biggest giants out there when it comes to finance, when it comes to the fintech space. These are major players, and it's kind of crazy when you look at some of these names and you look at the companies behind these names as well. I mean, a lot of people forget that it's going to start small, but then if you go back in time, after everything happens, after the full-on adoption of everything, after we see all of the biggest moves, when you go back in time and you look at some of these companies like the Digital Pound Foundation, you're going to say, wow, I should have realized it then. I should have saw how big this was going to be. And even Ripple technically is one of those, companies. If you actually look at Ripple and you see the names tied to Ripple, you see the banks that they're working with, the big players that they're working with, their partners, and you see the tech behind it. To me, it's actually very clear to really kind of visualize where this space is headed. I do believe that crypto, blockchain, this technology is going to power the world. So with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys definitely have a like, subscribe, turn notifications on because of more free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord down in the description below. And with that being said, guys, it's been Nick. Thanks for watching. Peace out.